After the Japanese attack on the American naval base at Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941, the United States, Great Britain, Australia and the Netherlands declare war on Japan and form a multinational fleet. The Japanese advance is unstoppable, and between December 1941 and February 1942, the Japanese forces capture Hong Kong, the Philippines, Malaya, Singapore and the outer parts of the Dutch East Indies. On February 27, 1942, the Battle of the Java Sea is fought. It is the largest naval battle since the Battle of Jutland in 1916. At about 2:30 in the afternoon, Rear-Admiral Doorman is ordered by Vice Admiral Helfrich to sail from Surabaya for the island of Bawean, where a Japanese invasion fleet, numbering about 40 ships, has been sighted. Doorman, who has his flag on the light cruiser the Ruyter, commands an Allied fleet comprising the heavy cruisers Exeter and Houston, the light cruisers Perth and Java, and 9 destroyers. The Japanese squadron, on the command of Rear Admiral Takagi, consists of the heavy cruisers Nachi and Haguro, the light cruisers Naka and Jintsu, and 14 destroyers. At 4:12 p.m, the fleets sight each other and a naval artillery battle ensues. Only the heavy cruisers have the necessary range for inflicting damage. To prevent the Japanese crossing the Allied squadron's T and gaining a better line of fire, Doorman changes course. The squadrons are now sailing on a parallel course. By carrying out this maneuver, Doorman also hopes to use his light cruisers. In the meantime, Takagi sends the convoy of transport ships out of the danger area. 8 minutes past 5. The Exeter is hit by a shell and is almost disabled. It quickly withdraws from the line in order to prevent hampering other ships. Communications between the Allied ships is poor, and the other ships inadvertently follow the Exeter on its new course. Then the Ruyter sails alone. A chaotic situation develops, and the Japanese see their chance. They swing south to attack. The crippled Exeter is their main target. At a 5:15, a Japanese torpedo hits the Kortenaer. The ship breaks in two and sinks within minutes. The Perth screens the Exeter with smoke, but the Japanese have reconnaissance planes overhead. They continually relay the positions of the Allied ships to the Japanese commander. As Doorman tries to regroup his squadron, he orders the British destroyers to counterattack. At about 6 o'clock, the Electra, one of the British destroyers, sustains fatal damage. At 6:15, the American destroyers receive the order of covering the Exeter and the rest of the squadron. In the meantime, the Japanese have launched a wave of no less than 92 torpedoes, but they all miss their targets. The Dutch destroyer Witte escorts the Exeter back to Surabaya. After Doorman heads eastwards, the Japanese assume the battle is over and set course to their transport convoy. However, Doorman has taken his orders to heart and once again sets course to where he expects to find the enemy fleet. 1 hour later, he encounters the light cruiser Jintsu and its destroyers. Another wave of torpedoes causes the Allies to take evasive action by turning sharply to starboard. The Japanese transport convoy is once again sent north. At approximately 7:45 p.m, Doorman moves southwards and then swings west after reaching the coast of Java. By carrying out this maneuver, he hopes to bypass the enemy warships to get to the Japanese transport convoy. The American destroyers retire in the direction of Surabaya, as they are almost out of fuel and have no torpedoes left. At 25 minutes past 9, the Jupiter sinks after a large explosion, thought to be caused by a torpedo. It later emerges that the British destroyer had inadvertently sailed into a minefield, recently laid by a Dutch vessel. Once again sailing in a northerly direction, At 10 o'clock, the remaining Allied ships pass a spot where the Kortenaer sank. Many of the ship's crew are still in the sea, waiting to be rescued. The Encounter is told to pick them up and proceeds to Surabaya. At about 11 o'clock, the two squadrons approach each other head-on, and after sighting has been made, start another gunnery battle. Takagi signals the Naka and the Jintsu to lend support. The Nachi and Haguro turn and launch their torpedoes towards the Houston. Doorman and his squadron take evasive action, but to no avail. The Java and the Ruyter are hit fatally and sink. Before Doorman goes down with his ship, he orders the Houston and the Perth to set course for Batavia. They escape for now, and the Japanese return to their transport convoy. A day later, the Japanese convoy lands its troops on Java at Kragan to start the invasion. The sea battle, which lasted more than 7 hours, claimed the lives of 1100 Allied seamen. In contrast, the Japanese suffered hardly any casualties. Most of the survivors were to face years of hardship in Japanese prisoner of war camps until the end of the war.